I still remember a moment from my early medical career that changed the way I understand aging forever. I was a young gerontologist in Tokyo, full of theories but lacking real experience. One morning, an 89-year-old woman named Haruka was admitted to my clinic. She walked slowly but gracefully, her back straight, her skin surprisingly firm for her age. When I checked her chart, I was confused. No expensive supplements, no special treatments, no procedures, just everyday food. So I asked her, Haruka-san, what is your secret? She smiled gently, the kind of smile that hides decades of quiet wisdom, and said, my secret isn't in what I take, but in what I repeat. That single sentence changed my entire approach to elder health. Today, after more than 40 years as a Japanese longevity doctor, I want to share with you 6 everyday collagen-supporting foods that I've seen transform the lives of seniors. Not through miracles, but through gentle daily habits. These foods are simple, affordable, and accessible no matter where you live. But before we begin, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from and how old are you? I truly enjoy reading your stories. Every journey of healthy aging is important. Now, why collagen becomes a silent problem after 60? In Japan, we say aging begins where collagen ends. After 60, your body's natural collagen production doesn't just decline. It slows dramatically. Your skin becomes thinner. Your joints lose cushioning. Your recovery takes longer, and sometimes even your balance changes. Many of my American patients assume this is just normal aging. But it's not the age, it's the loss of collagen-supporting nutrients. And unfortunately, modern diets often make things worse. Too many processed meals, too little fermented food, low mineral intake, high inflammation, lack of traditional broths. Your body is trying to rebuild, but it doesn't have the tools. In Japan, however, we have a different philosophy. We eat not to feel full, but to stay strong. And the 6 foods I'll share with you today come directly from that tradition. The same foods I prescribe in my clinic, the same foods my own grandparents used, and the same foods many Japanese seniors use to stay energetic well into their 80s and 90s. How Japanese seniors protect collagen naturally. In Japan, we don't chase youth. We maintain what we have. This difference may seem small, but it shapes everything we do. From what we eat, to how we cook, to how we sit when we eat. When I ask my elderly patients, many in their late 80s, some even past 95, how they keep their joints flexible and their skin firm, their answers are always simple. Small meals, warm food, fermented ingredients, patience. We call this philosophy shoku iku, food education. It teaches us to understand not just what we eat, but how it supports the body as it ages. This mindset is one of the greatest secrets of Japanese longevity. Let me share a few habits that truly matter. 1. Warm food over cold food. In the West, people often start the day with cold drinks, iced coffee, or sugary snacks. To the aging body, this is a shock. Warm foods, broths, teas, gently cooked vegetables, help improve digestion and circulation. Good circulation is essential for collagen maintenance. My grandmother used to place her hand on my stomach and say, warm stomach, strong knees. I never understood it as a child. Now, as a doctor, I see exactly what she meant. 2. Using the collagen parts of foods. Many cultures throw away the parts richest in collagen. Fish skin, soft bones, chicken cartilage, broth made from scraps, seaweed stems. But not in Japan. We simmer them, we grill them, we turn them into gentle soups. These foods give seniors the amino acids they no longer produce well on their own. 3. Variety, small portions, many plates. Instead of one large meal, our elders eat 4 to 7 small dishes. Different colors, different textures, different nutrients. This ensures the body receives a broad spectrum of vitamins and minerals, many of which help the body repair collagen. Even the act of eating slowly reduces stress hormones, which also preserves collagen. 4. Fermented foods daily, not occasionally. Unlike in the West, where yogurt is sometimes the only fermented choice, Japanese kitchens are filled with gentle ferments, pickled vegetables, fermented soy miso, natto, aged rice vinegar. These support the microbiome, and a healthy gut means better absorption of collagen-building nutrients. 5. Eating with connection. Aging research now shows that loneliness increases inflammation, and inflammation dissolves collagen rapidly. In Japan, even when elders live alone, they often share meals with neighbors or with community groups. We believe food shared is food multiplied. My oldest patient, 103-year-old Mrs. Miyako, once told me, "Food tastes different when someone listens to you while you eat." Her skin is still smooth. Her hands barely tremble. Her secret is simple. She never eats alone. In a moment, I'll reveal superfood number 1, the one I recommend the most to my patients over 60. A food that warms the stomach, supports digestion, and delivers gentle collagen benefits every morning. We eat not to feel full, but to stay strong. And the 6 foods I'll share with you today come directly from that tradition. The same foods I prescribe in my clinic, the same foods my own grandparents used, and the same foods many Japanese seniors use to stay energetic well into their 80s and 90s. There is a moment in the early morning, just before the sun rises, when the world feels calm and unhurried. For many Japanese seniors, this is the time when they prepare a small bowl of miso broth, a ritual that warms the hands, relaxes the stomach, and quietly supports the body's natural repair processes. As a gerontologist, I often encourage my older patients to begin their mornings the same way. Not because it is traditional, but because it works. Why this simple soup matters after 60. After the age of 60, the body becomes more selective. It absorbs nutrients more slowly, digests protein less efficiently, and responds more strongly to stress. A gentle, warm broth gives the body something it can immediately use. Amino acids that support collagen structure, probiotics from fermented miso that help digestion, minerals from seaweed that assist bone and joint health, warmth that encourages circulation. Even the aroma has a calming effect on the nervous system. One of my patients, an 82-year-old retired teacher, once told me, "This broth doesn't just feed me, it prepares me." And that is exactly the point. The role of miso. Miso is a fermented paste made from soybeans, rice, or barley. What makes it so supportive for aging bodies is its balance. It's gentle yet nutrient-dense. It's warm but never heavy. It supports digestion, which improves collagen absorption. I often describe miso as a quiet helper. It doesn't work dramatically, it works consistently. The seaweed that enhances the effect. Most Japanese seniors add a small amount of rehydrated seaweed, usually wakame or hijiki. Seaweed contains natural marine minerals, iodine for thyroid support, a type of fiber that supports gut health, compounds that help the body maintain moisture in the skin. Unlike many Western supplements, seaweed provides these nutrients in a form the body can recognize and use. Gently, how it supports collagen naturally. The miso provides the building blocks. The seaweed provides the minerals. The warmth supports blood flow. Together, they help maintain joint comfort, skin elasticity, smoother digestion, better energy levels throughout the day. Even seniors with reduced appetite find this dish soothing and easy to enjoy. A short story from my practice. Several years ago, I worked with a woman in her late 70s who struggled with stiff knees and a low morning appetite. Heavy breakfasts made her uncomfortable, so she often skipped the first meal entirely. I suggested she try 1 cup of warm miso broth each morning. That was all. 3 months later, she returned for her checkup and smiled gently. I don't move like I used to, but I move more easily now. Sometimes the simplest routines offer the greatest support. How to prepare it at home. You don't need a Japanese kitchen. A basic version is enough. Heat a cup of warm water, not boiling. Stir in a small spoon of mild miso paste. Add a pinch of dried seaweed. Let it soften for a minute. Sit down, breathe in the steam, and drink slowly. This is nourishment in its most peaceful form. We eat not to feel full, but to stay strong. And the 6 foods I'll share with you today come directly from that tradition. The same foods I prescribe in my clinic, the same foods my own grandparents used, and the same foods many Japanese seniors use to stay energetic well into their 80s and 90s. If you ever walk into a Japanese market early in the morning, you may notice small boxes neatly arranged in a chilled corner. This is natto, a food that often surprises foreigners yet earns deep respect from Japanese longevity experts. It doesn't look impressive. You won't see it in luxury restaurants, but among older adults in Japan who remain active and mobile well into their 80s and 90s, natto shows up again and again. The reason is simple. Natto gently supports circulation, joints, and bone strength without putting stress on the body. Why natto matters after 60. As the body ages, it becomes more sensitive to nutrition. It no longer needs strong stimulants. It needs foods that work quietly, steadily, and naturally. Natto is exactly that kind of food. It contains vitamin K2, which helps guide calcium into the bones. Natto kinase, an enzyme that supports healthy circulation. Easily digestible plant protein. Natural probiotics that support digestion. All of these become especially important after age 60, when joints may feel stiffer, muscles weaken faster, and circulation slows down. How older Japanese describe natto. Many of my elderly patients describe natto in simple, sincere words. This food doesn't get in the way of my body. An 87-year-old man from a small coastal village ate natto almost every morning. When I asked him why he never replaced it, he said, "It works while I live my life." What makes natto unique? Vitamin K2 is one of the few nutrients that acts like a guide. It directs calcium exactly where it belongs, into the bones, into the teeth, into the joints. And it helps prevent unnecessary buildup in the blood vessels, something especially important for maintaining healthy circulation with age. Natto kinase, on the other hand, helps support the natural flow of blood. Many seniors say that after including natto regularly, their legs feel lighter and walking becomes easier. Gentle on digestion. Aging adults often tell me that heavy proteins, especially fatty meats, become more difficult to digest after 60. Natto is different. It is light, soft, and rarely causes discomfort. Just a small amount can offer steady support. How to use natto if you don't live in Japan. If you can't find traditional natto, there are alternatives. Frozen natto from Asian grocery stores, high-quality tempeh as a milder fermented option, vitamin K2 supplements, taken with guidance from a healthcare provider. It is not only about the dish, it is about the idea. Small daily servings of fermented foods can support the aging process in a gentle way. How I explain natto to my patients. I often say, Natto is not a superhero. It is a good neighbor. It works quietly, but it works every day. And for people over 60, this type of steady, supportive nourishment is often the most valuable. Sit down, breathe in the steam, and drink slowly. This is nourishment in its most peaceful form. We eat not to feel full, but to stay strong. And the 6 foods I'll share with you today come directly from that tradition. The same foods I prescribe in my clinic, the same foods my own grandparents used, and the same foods many Japanese seniors use to stay energetic well into their 80s and 90s. As I grew older, I began to understand something many of my patients often overlooked. The body is always sending gentle signals long before real discomfort appears. When I was younger, I didn't always pay attention to them either. But as the decades pass, the small whispers from your joints, muscles, and energy levels become more meaningful. They are not warnings, they are invitations. Invitations to adjust something, to nourish yourself a little better, or to give your body the kind of care it has quietly needed for years. One of the things I often recommend is paying close attention to your morning routine. The first hour after waking sets the rhythm of your entire day. It doesn't matter if you are 60, 70, or even 90. The body still responds very well to gentle encouragement. A slow stretch, a warm drink, a moment of calm breathing. These simple actions help your circulation wake up gradually, which can support easier walking and clearer thinking throughout the day. In Japan, elders sometimes say that the day walks the way you walk in the morning. There is truth in that. When you start your morning with tension or hurry, your muscles tend to stay stiff for hours. But when you take a little time to warm up your joints, your steps become lighter, more stable, and more confident, even if you haven't changed anything else in your lifestyle. Another thing I often suggest is to stay curious. Curiosity may not seem like a physical habit, but it has a powerful effect on the body. When the mind remains engaged, the entire system stays more responsive. Learning a new word, trying a hobby you've never explored before, or simply observing nature around you creates a sense of freshness inside. This helps maintain coordination, emotional balance, and motivation. 3 things that greatly influence how well we move and how strong we feel. And of course, I cannot ignore the importance of staying hydrated. Many older adults underestimate how much hydration affects their comfort while walking. When the body has enough water, the muscles work more smoothly, the joints feel more cushioned, and energy levels stay steadier throughout the afternoon. I often suggest drinking small amounts regularly instead of waiting to feel thirsty. That simple shift can make your daily walks much more pleasant. These habits may look small, but they support the foundation of aging well. When practiced steadily, they help maintain strength, balance, and clarity. The 3 pillars of graceful longevity. Sit down, breathe in the steam, and drink slowly. This is nourishment in its most peaceful form. We eat not to feel full, but to stay strong. And the 6 foods I'll share with you today come directly from that tradition. The same foods I prescribe in my clinic, the same foods my own grandparents used, and the same foods many Japanese seniors use to stay energetic well into their 80s and 90s.